Good evening, everyone. Welcome. He is back, and I am back. I'm back after my live testing yesterday to talk about the upcoming event that is happening. So, the new date has been set for the 26th of October outside 10 Downing Street to stand up for tyranny. And Tommy Robinson put out a post earlier on Twitter, which is this one. I am coming home. It's fight or flight. We will fight. I'm coming home to unite the kingdom once again, this time on Keir Starmer's doorstep. 10 Downing Street, the 26th of October, a peaceful show of resistance to his tyranny. We will also premiere our latest documentary, Make Your Plans. I'll upload a video explaining all. We need each and every one of you. The British public will not be bullied into silence. Let's go. So there we have it. There we have it. It is happening again. Let's have a look. Who's in the chat? Hello, Ferret. How are you? Hello, One Gen Media. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for sharing. So, I suppose we'll start by playing the video from Tommy. It's about 6 odd minutes long, but this is his video that he put out based on the event coming up on the 26th of October. So give this a listen and then we'll discuss.
Since the 27th of July, there's been a full-on attack. Our government have acted tyrannical in an attempt to oppress you, to silence you, to intimidate you, and to scare you, okay? Locking people up for words on Facebook, live streaming it, videoing it, pumping those videos using their globalist corporate media around the world into your lounges to scare you to think you have no rights. Even if you do have rights, you're too scared to exercise them. If we allow this to happen, I've sat and watched it, okay? I've sat and watched it all thinking, what do we do next? What do we do here? We have no choice, any of us, but to come out in our tens and hundreds of thousands outside 10 Downing Street to Keir Starmer to send him a message. You will not intimidate us into silence. Now, some people understand. I can see people saying we're all going to get mass arrested. No. What happened during the riots was not legitimate, organised, legal and lawful protest. What we organise each time is legal, lawful protest. We cooperate, we liaise with the Metropolitan Police Force every time to make sure you have a safe environment. Now, we have protected rights that they cannot take, yeah? If done properly. We will do it properly, okay? So come along, don't be scared. And even if you are scared, yeah? I'm scared. I'm scared of what faces for me, yeah? And courage is not about not being scared. It's about being scared and still doing the right thing. That's what it's about, okay? So you have to join us on the 26th of October. We have to send a message that your tyranny, that your attempt to bully, what do you do with a bully? You stand up to him. You don't run from him. What's the message to your kids with a bully, yeah? Do not back down to a bully or they continue. So we must confront that bully in a peaceful, legitimate way. Outside 10 Downing Street, we have a fabulous film coming, okay? A fabulous documentary, the truth about the riots. The whole world is going to know why the British public are angry, okay? Keir Starmer wants to pretend it's just this big far-right movement. We're going to show the world why you're angry. We're going to link it to the migrants and their crime wave of rape throughout our great, beautiful nation. English women being targeted in every single town and city. I'm going to prove it to you, okay? So what I'm asking you is, this is the most important day. If you're scared, I get it, yeah? We have rights. If we allow them, it's like January 6th in the United States. What they've attempted to do over the last month is scare you into even speaking. Scare you into coming out on the streets. We have to, they're going to watch what happens on the 26th of October. We need them sitting there thinking, fuck, that didn't work. No, it didn't work. We got more friends and we come back stronger, okay? And we will also show and humiliate them in our behaviour, yeah? They wanted to deem us as thugs, as hooligans, as knuckle draggers. We are the British public, whether you like it or not, Keir, okay? We're the British public. And we're not going to be silent, as we keep telling you. We want our country back from communist, tyrannical bastards like you, okay? If you're pissed off and you're upset about them taking the winter fuel allowance from our old age pensioners and housing migrants continually, okay? And pretending that your legitimate concerns are those of the far right, join us. If you're frustrated, do you know, and the message is, I'll go jail, yeah? People are going to go jail. Unfortunately, people have to go jail for us to win this battle. And I wanted to argue with my contempt of court case that it's not in the public's interest to send me to prison. It is in the public's interest if they send me to prison. Because that's part of the awakening. It's part of the exposure. It's part of the public realising what we live under, okay? It's part of waking those ones up who think we have a justice system and realising we don't. We don't, all right? Soon we realise that. There's a mass awakening happening. You need to get your friends. You need to get your loved ones. You need to get your families. And you need to come on the 26th of October, please. Most important day. I sat there, do you know what? And I have a team, a fabulous, fabulous team. And I was in a dark place 2 weeks ago. Man, I probably shared. I had a drink, yeah? I was in the darkest place ever, man. And I sat for a week thinking, what do I do here, right? Do you know when it was? My kids were with me, and my kids then went home. So my kids went home, and I'm on my own again, right? And I've been on my own for 2 years now. I'm on my own. I'm away in a new town, in a new country, working out what to do, and I buried my head. And do you know the team at Urban Scoop, the team you pay for, the team that's now recruited Sammy Woodhouse, I watched as they went up and down the country, as they planned and scripted and wrote this next film. It's a Tommy Robinson film. It's not, okay? It's an Urban Scoop production by you, for you, giving a voice to the families of the men who have been kidnapped by the British state who are political prisoners, to the families of those men who are sitting in prisons getting beaten violently. I know how you feel. I've been there. My family know how you feel. I understand your fear. If it's any consolation at all, the role your husbands are playing and your fathers are playing is an incredibly important role to waking up the masses. People have watched what they've done in this last 4 weeks across the world. It's been a humiliation to the British establishment and government, and it must continue. So we go straight into the Lion's Den on the 26th of October in the most peaceful manner ever, okay? We will put on a spectacle. You will see a fabulous documentary proving to the world why you're angry, proving why those men come out in every town and city, okay? We're going to prove it to everyone. It was legitimate anger at the betrayal of our nation. 6 minutes, 7 seconds so far. I'm sorry, yeah? Please, if you've stood with me before, stand with us again. This is the most important day for us. If we allow the British public to be intimidated from exercising their democratic rights to peacefully protest, we've lost. We've lost already, okay? They're coming for our speech. They're coming for our freedom. What do you do with a bully? You confront them. 26th of October, we confront them outside 10 Downing Street. Make your plans, be there. Love you all right? And don't worry, I'll be there. Don't listen to the bullshit, okay? They're going to mass arrest us. No, they're not. We're going to work with the police. There's a very big difference to what we put on each time, which we'll do again, and what happened over those days. And they used certain circumstances, as they do. If you don't liaise with them, they can bring in new powers. We're liaising with them. We're working with them. We want it to be peaceful for you. Join us, man. 26th of October. The fight is on. No one said it was going to be easy, did they? Yeah? It's not going to be easy, but we're fighting.
And there we have it. That is what Tommy had to say on the matter. So, 26th of October. Courage is about being scared and still doing the right thing. And he's absolutely right. I liked that quote because people are scared. People are scared from what happened after the riots. Everyone getting locked up for stupid things, little things. And people are bound to be afraid to turn out and come, but don't be. Be courageous, come anyway. And as long as it's peaceful and there's no mass riots and all of that kind of stuff, you're going to be all right. So still get out there, still get your voices heard. That's what I have to say. So who is in the chat? Scotland Scorpion with a wave. Welcome. Welcome. Glad you're here. I think we have 4 watching, so not huge numbers. I envision huge numbers in the future, but for now, 4 will have to do. At least they can watch this back when they finally arrive at my channel. So, yeah, what are people thinking about the event? You going to be there? I'm getting my tickets booked. Well, they're already booked, actually. I booked them earlier. So I will be there as well. highlighting the event and everything that happens. YouTube recommended your channel to me today. That is great news. That is what I like to hear. We need YouTube recommending me. It's the only way I'm going to grow. So hopefully I'll get recommended even more. I just worry that the analytics for this type of content, they kind of push down the list. But as long as it's getting out there, that's a good thing. So, as he said at the start, we have a tyrannical government locking people up for posts, shouting at police dogs and stupid things like that, which is going to make people afraid. I mean, even I was afraid to a certain extent. I had to delete a load of my posts I made on the riots just in case. And then start learning about what I can and can't say, which is not exactly free speech, is it? It's controlled speech, and that is the democracy that we're currently living in. We are controlled, even our speech is controlled. But as long as we word it the right way, we'll be okay. So Scotland are with us, Wales are with us, Northern Ireland are with us, even Ireland are with us. The UK, the world is with us. So if you look at the last event, we had speakers from all over the world, Canada, America, Australia. They all support what we're doing, and they can see what's happening. They can see what's happening in their country as well. So we have to be united, all of us. We're going to get through this. There we go. There's the comment. It's my second stream. I only tested it yesterday, so I'm still learning how to do everything fluid. But the comment is there. Scotland are with us, and indeed they are. We had the Scottish bloke. What's his name? I can't remember his name now. He did that big speech at the October the 1st rally. Not October the 1st, but July the 27th. And that was a good speech. So that was good to hear. But yeah, so when there was all that nonsense outside Downing Street after the riots, where people turned up to protest, and I think about 200 people were arrested, even just bystanders who were standing around doing nothing were arrested. And I think they were just trying to make a point and arresting anyone just to scare people. But yeah, so Tommy Robinson, when he sets up these events, and the organisers, they work with the police to make sure it's peaceful, whereas unorganised events turn to chaos, and people will, probably be arrested. But not this time. This should be okay because it's organised. So the more organised it is, and the more they work with the police, the better it will be. So another reason for people not to be afraid and to come out in numbers. And hopefully it will be bigger than the last one. So he said he's going to release a film as well, about the riots and why people were angry. And when he releases a video, they're pretty good. I think his last one is up to about nearly 50 million views. This one could be bigger than that. So it's definitely getting out there and people are watching. One Gen Media, I heard a cat. Yeah, the cats scrapping in the background. They're not on the tree yet. They'll be on the cat tree resting at some stage, the great British cats, but not for now. For now, they're running around, playing and battering each other pretty much. That's what cats do. So yeah. It's a shame there's not many watching. I can respond better to questions. So there's not a lot of questions. But yeah, I'm just mainly doing this anyway to put out the news of the next event, showing the video that Tommy had to say, making sure we get the message out there to as many people as possible. So hopefully we can have as many people as possible turn up, hopefully bigger and better than the last one, as long as people understand that they, shouldn't be scared. Do you think a silent protest is effective? Personally, no, I don't think it's effective, but it's worth a try. Anything that we try is still something. So we have to keep trying every different thing we have. But even when they made a loud protest in terms of the riots, that wasn't heard. You know, their concerns were pretty much batted away, and people were locked up, and people got silenced. So instead of being heard, it went against us. So I don't think a silent protest will be heard either. I think this government will just bat that away. But it's still worth a try, in my opinion. Numbers are visible proof. It's right, indeed. The numbers are visible proof, but also the numbers are building up votes as well. The more people we get on this movement, the more votes we get. And we can get this Labour government out in 5 years' time, hopefully sooner, if he gets a vote of no confidence. But knowing Keir Starmer and his tyrannical left, he will cling on to power for as long as possible. So he's power hungry. He is absolutely power hungry, and he won't let that go that easily. So we have to build the numbers, get the message out there, and vote them out. In 5 years' time, it's a long way away, and I think things are going to get a lot worse within 5 years. But hopefully, after that, they can get better. And hopefully, like I say, we can get him out sooner if he receives votes of no confidence. But we can only hope. We can only hope. Yeah, when people are shouting, we know what they are thinking. When people are silent, it's intimidating, as we don't know what's going to happen next. Yeah, I can understand. I can understand your point of view, but at the same time, they're ready for anything that happens next. And I think that's one of the problems is if we don't speak out, if we stay silent, they'll just bat it away. If they don't know what's going to happen next, they'll be ready for what's going to happen next. So I still have a hard time understanding how a silent protest can be effective, but we can only try and see what happens. So I'd say I'm all for it. I'd give it a try. Yeah, the speakers on stage say it all at Tommy's events. We just sing, pray, and cheer. That's true. That's true. But a lot of what was said on stage, I don't think they'd be able to say. A lot of what was said after the events where people started getting locked up for free speech and so on and so on. Because I don't think they'd like a lot of what was said at the last one. And now this new shit's come out. I think if people say certain things that they said before, they'd be in trouble. So I don't think we're going to hear fully what people have to say. But they'll still have a voice. They'll just learn how to word things a bit better, I suppose. Cats are wrecking the place. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the next event. I think the first one I went to, which was June the 1st, on that event, that was the first event I'd ever attended. And I was worried. I was scared, like a lot of people are, about these events. Just worried to be there, I suppose. You know, I always expect large groups of people with our views. You know, it's a scary situation to be in. I kept thinking that I'll be standing in the middle of a crowd and, you know, hearing those words. have to be careful what I say, you know, when they shout Allah Akbar and all that. So it's things like that that worried me, and I thought, well, I can't sit back. I've got to be there. I've got to stand with the people. I've got to get my voice heard as much as anyone else. So I went along, and I'll tell you what, it was a fantastic day. It was a beautiful event, and you really, really feel the atmosphere. You feel patriotic, and yeah, and so I soon booked my ticket for the next one. It was July the 27th, and that was even better. Absolutely loved it again. So I think for a lot of people that were in my position where they were afraid to go to the first one, you know, not only, you know, in terms of what I just said could happen, but you know, that's terrorism, isn't it? That's what terrorism is they do that to scare people from going to events and being part of big crowds and so on. But we can't be terrorized and we can't be scared. We have to still stand up and be heard. So experience at Trafalgar Square, how it made you feel? Yeah, like I just covered after the first one. I went to Trafalgar Square, and only this time I knew it was going to be okay, because the first one was fine. I absolutely loved it. So I went along to Trafalgar Square and I enjoyed it even more. I had a fantastic time. And seeing the likes of Tommy and Maya Tusi and Paul Thorpe, etc., all in person, who I've only ever watched on YouTube, and hearing them speak and all the other speakers. And yeah, it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic event. Like, I felt proud, you know, don't often feel proud to be British at the moment, but amongst that crowd, you feel proud and you really feel that atmosphere. So yeah, looking very forward to the next one. Good evening. Sorry I'm late. I missed the boat. I wondered where you were, Ferret. I knew you weren't. I didn't see any comments, but I thought you'd be here somewhere, just silent. But no, you missed the boat. You've been playing around with baths again, haven't you? One Jen says, whose speech did you like the most? Do you know, I can't really pick out a favourite, because I loved all the speeches. I thought that, you know, everyone that spoke, they were passionate, proud, and yeah, every speaker was fantastic. I didn't have a favourite. I enjoyed them all as much as everyone else's. So I did like the speech from the Scottish bloke though, because you know they get passionate, they're very passionate, and it always sounds quite good. So one of my favourite films is, you know, even being an Englishman, one of my favourite films is Braveheart. I know a lot of Scottish people say, that's not true and this and that, Braveheart, but yeah, showing their passion for freedom and stuff. It's a great movie. I love it. Makes you feel good. Makes you feel like you want to fight for your freedoms and who you are. Yeah, Simon Bean. He was very good. It's always great to hear from a veteran who served and fought for this country, to hear their views on what's happening to this country and how they can fix the problems that are going on around Great Britain. So yeah, he was great to have as a speaker. Hopefully he'll be at the next one and they have the same people and even more people coming. I was getting my meat out of the oven. I'm sure you were. What's for dinner? What was the Scottish guy's name? That's what I just said. I've forgotten his name. Let's see if I can find it. I wanted to find his name so I could see who he was and hear what he said again. Just have a look at my phone and see if I can find who it was, but no, I can't find it. I think I'll have to do some in-depth searching to find out who he was again. Or probably watch back the videos on July the 27th and go to that part and see who he was introduced as. To be honest, I've got a terrible memory. I forget most people's names. Right. All I know is that they all made great speeches, but I forget who everyone was. I just watched Toothy. Looking forward to Tommy's video. I played Tommy's video. I've played that already, so that was at the start of the live stream. You have to watch it back to watch what Tommy had to say. I can't play it again now because it's about 7 minutes long. His name is Bob from Speaker's Corner, I think, the Scottish one. No, that wasn't the Scottish bloke. You had the Scottish bloke there who was wearing the kilt and making that massive patriotic speech. Bob from Speaker's Corner. He's not from Scotland. He's from England. There's Bob. Cats are fighting. So, yeah, I saw this video posted earlier on Urban Scoop as well, which was just a little sort of highlight reel reminder of July the 27th at Trafalgar Square. And yeah, it's good to watch. It's good to watch. It gets you in the mood for going to the event. So I'll play that now while I sort out these damn cats. So, yeah.
London, are you ready?
Yeah, so that was that little video. I watched that shortly before I came live, and I thought actually that's quite motivational as well. It's a lovely video, really highlighted the day and makes people feel, like they want to go to the next and actually be there, part of it, and feel it. So it's a very moving video. Yeah, as I said, yeah, it is. It is a very moving video. So I think a lot more people that watch videos like that will feel more motivated to go along and be part of it. So I thought I would share that one, because that's what we have to do. We have to try and motivate people, motivate as many as we can, build bigger and stronger not be silenced, not be intimidated, not be scared. Have courage, have our voices heard, and be a part of the movement in the making. So, yeah, I think that is about all I have to say. I've shown the live, I've shown Tommy's video, I've shown that, and I've responded to some comments, but I'd like to say thank you for being here. My 5 watchers, one including myself, so my 4 watchers. I am a new channel, but hopefully I'm going to grow in time and have a lot more I can respond to, and any streams can be longer, but I think this has already been going for just over half an hour now, so I think I will end it there. But yeah, again, thank you for coming, and I shall see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.